guys, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video we are going to make one of the most yummiest, moist red velvet cupcakes. So without further ado, let's get started. And I know I'm really sorry that I didn't post for a very long time because I've been experimenting some new recipes coming up this summer. So without further ado, let's get started. So here I have a large bowl and a sifter, and we're going to combine in all the dry ingredients and the butter and the eggs. So basically you want everything at room temperature. You want your butter to be at room temperature, you want your eggs to be in room temperature, and don't forget that I'll put everything down in the description box down below and all the measurements of the ingredients. So without further delay, let's get started. So first up, I'm going to add in my flour. But before we get started, you might be wondering what is a red velvet cake. So a red velvet cake is a vanilla cake, and also there's also a little hint of cocoa powder, and it's a little bit tangy, and it has a little bit of salt in there, which makes it a bit tart. So yeah, and it's red. I don't know why, but it's yummy. So yeah, we're going to add in our flour, our sugar. So you really want to sift this because you can see here blocks of sugar, and we don't want that in our yummy red velvet cakes. Next, we're going to add in our cocoa powder. And last but not least, we're going to add in our salt. So now we're going to sift them all together. And now we're going to give a quick whisk till our ingredients are well combined. There we go, so our dry ingredients are well combined, and now we're going to add in unsalted butter. And you really want your butter to be at room temperature. So basically you can leave it out for like half an hour to an hour. I left mine overnight, and yeah. Or if you're in a hurry and you don't have time to put your butter like in a soft texture, then you can put in the microwave for a couple of seconds and then it will be soft. But make sure to not melt it. And then after that, we're going to add in our eggs. So we're going to add them, all of them at once. And make sure your eggs are at room temperature. And make sure to wash your hands after cracking eggs, because touching raw eggs you can carry like some bad bacteria. So make sure you go wash your hands. Okay, so after you've done washing your hands, after you've cracked your eggs, we're now going to beat this up with an electric hand mixer. So if you don't have an electric hand mixer, you can use a whisk, but I'm going to use an electric hand mixer. Or if you have a stand mixer, that's great, use that. And we're going to beat that up for like a minute or so. And also feel free to scrape down the sides. So as you guys can see, it is fully combined. So now we're going to add in our food coloring and our buttermilk. So here we have some buttermilk, and now we're going to add in a little bit of food coloring. And make sure to add in gel paste food coloring, because liquid food coloring won't do. So let's add in our food coloring. So if you don't have buttermilk, then you can go ahead to Hanna's Quick and Easy recipe shorts and see a quick 15-second video of how to make your own homemade buttermilk. Now let's give this a mix. Okay, so now we're going to mix our mixture and slowly, gradually add in our red buttermilk mixture. So let's get started. So you can see here it's red, and I've scraped down the sides. Make sure you do that. And now our last step is to combine our baking soda and vinegar. Okay, so here I have my baking soda, and now I'm going to add my vinegar. And once you add it should fizz up. So that's the reaction. And now you're going to add it into the mixture. This is the reaction. We need that reaction. We're going to add it in gradually while mixing. Okay, so now it's time to put it in the oven for about 20 to 22 minutes at 170 degrees C at gas mark 3 and at 335 degrees Fahrenheit. And make sure that oven is also preheated before you started making this recipe. Now let's transfer them into the cupcake cases. So you can use an ice cream scoop to transfer to the cupcake cases, or you can use 2 spoons and you can scoop them up and put them in the cupcake cases, and make sure you fill them up 2/3 full. Into the oven they go for 22 minutes.